What's up, Wikimaniacs? On today's episode, I'm doing something a little different. Instead of reading the titles of all the stories, I'm just going to give you the theme of today's episode, which is bad partners. So each story will have someone who is a bad partner, and bad is definitely an understatement in some of these stories, so be warned for that. But on the Patreon side of things, we lighten it up with a good partner story as a bit of a palate cleanser. So if you'd like that, as well as day early and ad-free episodes, head on over to patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network, or you can sign up for our YouTube membership on our YouTube channel. Reddit on Wiki starts now. What's up, Wikimaniacs? It's your boy Josh here for a Monday episode. I almost said Friday.
Habits.
Yeah, it's just used to it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this episode. But joining me today, Sean, what's up, boys?
The Browns are back in business, baby.
The energy of a man free.
And Sean is back.
Love it.
Sean's back.
I'm back.
How's it going, buddy?
Pretty good. Yeah, got a little scary there in Houston. I appreciate all the people in the Discord reaching out, making sure I'm good. And yeah, happy to be back. Happy to have power. Also, fuck Greg Abbott.
Also, we did last episode we recorded. We said a call to action is say we miss you, Sean, and spell his name correctly. And people did spell your name correctly.
Yeah. I know you don't check the YouTube comments too often, especially since you've been a bit busy. But yeah, there was lots of messages towards you and your family. So
appreciate the love, Wikimaniacs.
Yeah. So like I said, this is a themed episode, which is bad partners. I feel that's 90% of our content anyway, so this wasn't a hard topic to come up with.
Not at all.
But I thought it'd be a fun one to do. So are you guys ready to hop into the episode?
Let's choose violence with these partners.
Sounds like it's going to be a rough one.
Oh, God.
Oh, it will be. All right, so the first one is cross-posted by Writing Giraffe, who I believe is a goat at this point.
At this point, we've used them at least once a week the past couple weeks.
And I've got another story by them too, so that it's just stacking up.
Ooh.
So goat.
Yeah, I bet you it's like Mary gets alt account.
Could be. It could be. All right, so my 23 female boyfriend, 24 male, wants me to stop having my period. Can I even recover from this?
Dude, these dudes go to fucking school?
Is it a choice? Or?
Yeah, it's a choice, dude.
I didn't know that. I got to tell Nancy. She'll be thrilled.
She's going to be so happy.
She's going to be so stoked.
There's just an off button or something? Like, how does that work? I don't know.
Yeah, there's a switch behind their ear. Didn't you know that?
Okay. You just
that's not...
turn it off. Wow.
Exactly.
All right, so we've been dating for 2 months. Things have been going well.
Sorry.
Money back guarantee.
Yeah. Break up.
2 months is barely dating, so you're good to leave. Things have been going well. Yesterday, he asked me to go to the gym with him, and I declined, saying, I just don't feel up to it. I started my period. He was all like, wait, what? And I repeated myself. Then he goes, you don't have to do that to yourself, right?
Oh my God.
Explain. I can't wait to hear what he says next.
I was like, dude, what the fuck are you saying? He goes on to explain that his ex was on a type of birth control that got rid of her period and overall made their relationship more enjoyable. He asked me to consider doing the same. I told him absolutely not. I do not want to switch birth control methods. And if he doesn't like me having a period, then he can dump me. I told him, good luck finding a girl who doesn't have a period. And he said, I already had one. I'll find another.
Oh, 2 months and you're asking this much?
Break up. Absolutely.
Period. Break up. Period.
I like it.
Holy.
I'm so appalled. What the fuck is wrong with him? I know there are methods to stop periods, but for him to imply that I'm a rarity for having them is insane. This is the first time I've brought up my period to him. I'm 23-year-old girl. Of course I have a period. I know he was making a suggestion and probably meant well, But that's a crazy thing to suggest. I don't think so either. I should just get rid of my period for his enjoyment. I'm so mad at him. I don't think I can recover from this. It just shows how dumb he is. What do y'all think? Can I ever recover for this, or should I just end it while I'm ahead?
Asshole.
You don't need to recover. No. There's nothing that you did wrong, OP. The other guy needs to recover, and he just never will. He'll never recover from that one.
100%. Yeah, he seems like, and she said it there. It's like, you do this for my enjoyment. Like, it was more enjoyable for me that my ex wasn't on, like, or she didn't have a period. Which is like, you're asking her to completely change her birth control, which those things already fuck with hormones. Different like
reactions
crazy.
For different people.
100%.
And for some, it could be worse than what it is.
Exactly. So it's like, you're asking her just fuck with her body until she finds a medication that doesn't give her a period, which I don't know how that works either. So I'm not saying I'm a professional in like that kind of stuff, but to ask her to do that is crazy.
Well, it's because we're not psychotic enough as this guy who's trying to mansplain periods to a woman. I think we got a pretty grasp understanding of that. We don't know anything about periods besides the fact that she should have changed her whole routine for some dude that she's been dating for 2 months, who by all accounts and purposes sounds like a real dumbass.
Yeah, when it comes to how they occur and everything about periods, I will always defer to women because they will know better than I do.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a huge question mark in this relationship, and you should shove that exclamation point straight up his ass because he needs to be single, baby.
So a couple comments and then we'll do an update here. So Raptor Pants 65 said, "Oh, he's dumb. Girl, literally anything is a step up from this douche. Good riddance."
Yeah.
And Yawa Wortham says 2 months. I spent more time with my trainer. Dump this little weird misogynist. And that was all of the comments, just being like, yeah, it's only 2 months. Yeah. Get the fuck out.
Our initial comment, we've been dating 2 months. Done. It's over, actually.
Yeah, that's it. Done. That's it.
Don't need to explain more. You're good. Leave.
All right. So update. Oh my fucking God, I knew he was an idiot, but I didn't expect to get the attention that I got. So I broke up with him last night.
Good.
I simply told him I'm not interested in being with someone who views my body this way, and I think that it's best that we part ways. I wasn't super emotionally invested since it had only been 2 months. He didn't have much to say. In fact, he kind of just acted very confused, and I told him he should know what he did, LOL. I'm still down about it. Breakups suck no matter what. If anything, I'm more upset that this is why it ended. Thank you everyone for the support and kindness and laughs. I physically can't read all the comments, but I know you guys rock. So
just be happy you didn't have to share DNA with this guy with an offspring, because this guy's dumb for sure.
He asked why? Is that what? Did I hear correctly? He's like, wait,
he did.
For what?
He didn't understand why.
Why are we bringing it up?
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing.
Yeah, he was probably like, "That's fine. I'll find another girl who doesn't have a period."
And they're gonna break with your dumbass again.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't wait for him to get another girlfriend, and then for her to be like, "Yeah, I have periods." He'll be like, "Wait, what's going on? What's happening?" He'll slowly realize it. Yeah. Am I attracted to only girls with periods? Or?
Periods? Oh my God.
What's going on?
That's crazy. All right. So next one here, cross-posted by Writing Giraffe once again.
Oof. Double whammy.
And this is titled, Husband 30 male won't let me 30 female sleep.
Whoa. That's got to be some sort of torture, right?
Yeah. As someone who needs a lot of sleep, I would say so.
How does one not allow? I wonder if they're a really loud snore. But the theme is bad partner, so I can't imagine it's something as innocent as snoring.
True. Maybe it's the one where they woke them up at 2 a.m. to make shrimp.
Make them a sandwich. What is that? Coconut shrimp or whatever?
Coconut shrimp. Oh my.
That shit is wild, dude. What if they're a couple that streams together and they did a 24-hour stream and you're like, You can't sleep. We're going to lose viewers. And they did something stupid.
24-hour streamers sleep, I'm pretty sure.
Do they?
I feel like I've seen Kai Cenat and Kevin Hart sleep on like
I've never
mattresses.
seen a 24-hour
I've never seen this. But ever since Kevin Hart went on Kai Cenat's thing, they pop up on my TikTok now.
Yeah. I've seen like clips of live streamers like doing the 24-hour stream or whatever. And yeah, they definitely sleep.
So did they just did people just watch them sleep the whole time?
Some people do.
That's
yeah.
a good question.
Hey, that's wild.
As in there's
like
weirder shit on the internet.
It's like a long-term relationship. I used to do that with a girlfriend before Nancy, before we were married.
You just FaceTime the whole time.
I mean, before that,
I'm hanging up.
Fucking,
like, I don't want to see the shit.
What was it? No, not FaceTime. What was it on the computer? Like
Skype.
Yeah,
Skype
or Uvu.
Oh, Skype.
Uvu.
Like the MacBook.
Yeah. What the fuck is Uvu?
That's how old I am. Shout out Uvu.
Josh don't know.
I've never heard of that.
Maybe it was American only. No, it's probably just old as fuck.
Maybe.
Never on. Move on, actually.
All right. So I have insomnia problems during the summer because of how bright it is early in the morning. Usually I can go to sleep around 10, but I'll be wide awake at 3 or 4 and then will be exhausted the entire day. I've started taking melatonin to sleep and it has worked wonders. However, on melatonin, I have to have a full 10 hours of sleep. Anything under 10 hours leaves me groggy and gives me headaches. I can usually do this since I go to sleep at 10 and need to wake up at 8. The problem: my husband wakes up for work at 6. He has gotten to the habit of waking me up every morning to cuddle. Usually it is actually cuddling, but more often than not, he paws me for other things. Because it's so bright outside in the morning now, I'm not able to go back to sleep after he leaves. Because I am taking melatonin, I'm usually pretty useless for the rest of the day. I am the primary breadwinner, and all of this is taking a serious toll on the quality of my work. I brought it up a couple months ago, and he said he would stop. Then I realized he was turning up the volume on his alarm and letting it play for a while so that the alarm woke me up, not him.
I'd fight.
Separate beds.
So would I.
You're in the guest bedroom.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But since I was awake, we would always cuddle before he left for work. How do other people manage waking up routines? Am I out of line to tell him to stop waking me up in the morning? And if he can't, I'm going to have to move to the guest room.
You're going to have to? I don't think you.
They got to move to
As the primary breadwinner, I would say you should probably take the...
But yeah, that's the story. So is she out of line asking him to stop waking her up in the morning?
No, absolutely not. Sleep is one of the most important things for people. You know, food and water, part of it too. As someone who had like bad sleep, I have insomnia, I have sleep apnea. I got all the works, baby. That shit is not nice falling asleep sometimes. Or it's hard to fall asleep sometimes. And when you get your sleep disrupted, like the rest of your day sucks. You're either restless, you have no energy, like your mind is just going either blank or .exe not working anymore. If you want this relationship to sustain, and you gotta tell them like, hey, don't wake me up. Sleep is really important to me. Maybe compromise later on and say like, hey, maybe before we go to bed, let's do more of like the cuddling time there. And then we can be all affectionate with each other. So that way I can still get my full 8 to 10 hours of sleep. And then you can go to work. Personally, for me, I cannot leave like the house without saying bye to my wife, and she's vice versa as well. Have that conversation and say like, hey, what can we do to like do this without really disturbing my sleep? But the only compromise that I can think of is do it before you actually, or you do it like the night before, so that way you can have your 8 hours of sleep.
I agree with that. I think if you've made it clear that you need to sleep until 8 o'clock, he should respect that. Just Absolutely. As your partner, no matter like if you like if he has to work or whatever he's getting up for, yeah, he should respect that. That's something that you need to be functional during the day, and that's something that you need to lay down the line and say, either you're sleeping somewhere else or you're turning your alarm down and shutting the fuck up in the morning. Because that's like, yeah, I mean, I think you said at the beginning of the title, it feels like torture because like she's not able to function mentally or like physically throughout the day. And that's taxing.
Lack of sleep is so dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, driving anywhere and you just that momentary lapse of like, oh, fuck, you fell asleep. Well, let's say you're driving down the freeway and you just forget that you're driving this whole time and you fall asleep behind the wheel. You could not only affect your life, but you could also affect other people's lives too.
100%.
That shit has happened to me. I was like doing my dance life shit, and then I was working like 2 jobs, and then and then I was still like, that was when I was still going to like church every weekend too. So like on a Sunday on my way to church, I hit a red light, and then next thing I know, someone's knocking on my window. I was like, oh fuck!
Oh Jesus!
Caused a huge traffic thing. It was bad.
Oh no!
Holy shit!
I've never been more embarrassed.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's a great example of what like
could happen.
I mean, thank God you were at a stop sign.
Thank God my foot stayed on the fucking brake.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
That's insane. Yeah, I mean, I've been there where you're super tired and driving and just like cold, like AC blasting just so you're not falling asleep. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good for sure.
No, absolutely not.
Writing Giraffe actually commented on the post and said, if anyone should be sleeping in the guest room, it would be him.
That's what I was saying.
But I'm sure he'd be busting into the bedroom at 6 a.m. with some excuse like getting his clothes or slam the cupboards in the kitchen in attempt to wake her up. And I mean, yeah, that's like, he's already doing like pretty manipulative shit with the alarm.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's flame this motherfucker for turning up his alarm clock just to wake her up. Oh, did I wake you? Bitch, you know what you were doing.
That's foul.
Yeah, that's awful. Like,
I would have threw the goddamn alarm and chucked it in his face and be like, you turn this off.
So manipulative. It's bullshit. C Mizcore Mud 5386 said, you've told the asshole you're married to that this wrecks your day. The day in which you do the work is the primary breadwinner, and his response is to do something different to ruin your sleep, mostly in the interest of pawing you for sex. Do you want to live with like this selfish creep? And I think, yeah, it's to get sex, which is very disturbing. It's one thing to be like kiss good morning and like say goodbye or whatever. Like that's one thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, even if that woke you up and you didn't want that, you can draw that line for sure.
Yeah, you could write a little note or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Or a text in the morning or a phone call after you wake up or something like that. There's other ways to go about that. But this is like just like for sex. It's like that can wait until the end of the day, motherfucker. When your wife is well rested and is able to work throughout the day.
My guy, help her sleep at night, if you know what I mean.
All right. Moving on to the next one. And this one comes with a huge update. And I will say trigger warning for this one for stalking. So if you don't want to hear that, feel free to skip out. But this one's posted by Molasses Stock 6055. And this was posted on March 17th. The update was recently. That's why it's shown up on Best of Redditor updates. So the title is, I found my wife's secret Google account and I'm sick to my stomach.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You need a whole secret Google account?
Yeah, you can fit 2 terabytes in the free ones.
I know.
Or is it 1 terabyte? I'm actually not sure. But yeah. Well, let's see what's on this secret Google account. So I, 36 male, met my wife, Bailey, 33 female, 9 years ago through mutual coworkers, and we hit it off immediately. I fell absolutely head over heels for this woman. She was everything I was looking for. I had just gotten out of a toxic, dare I say, abusive long-term relationship right before that with a woman Bailey had been acquaintance with, but not friends with. I had her blocked on everything and had no contact with her since breaking up. We got married right after the tail end of the pandemic, bought our first house together, and started to try and conceive. This was very difficult because Bailey has PCOS, but last year she finally gave birth to our first daughter. I'm not sure what PCOS means, but
it's like ovarian cysts.
Ah, okay.
It makes it difficult on the hormones are all troubled.
Imbalance?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm having a blast being a dad. It's kind of a dream come true. I finally got my happy life with my perfect wife. My perfect wife until last Monday, that is. My laptop's battery shit the bed. So I opened up Bailey's work tablet.
It's always a tablet. It's either an iPad or something.
It always is. Yeah, that is weird.
Always be getting caught with that shit, man.
So I opened up Bailey's work tablet with an attached keyboard. You can set it up like a monitor to check on some tax stuff. She wasn't home. It was just me and the baby. But we've never asked permission to use each other's devices. We've always just been open like that. There's been nothing for us to hide, or at least that's what I thought. When I opened up the internet, I noticed she had incognito tabs open. Never in a million years did I expect to discover what I did. Also, why do you leave incognito tabs open?
Hey, don't judge.
I do it for like flights and stuff.
Oh, yeah. But like, I usually close them after I'm done.
Mine is like on permanent private.
Whoa.
That's wild. I guess it's
just
probably better.
fapping that much that
You know the vibe.
he has to click extra steps to get to regular browser.
Yeah. You know the vibes.
You gotta fill the hours in the day somehow now.
Jesus.
5 times. Those are rookie numbers now.
We're not in Kansas anymore, Sean.
Yeah, I got shit to do here. I'm good.
So my wife has a secret Google account with a photo album saved called XX. So I clicked on it. Did I discover an affair? Nudes? Nope. In this Google album were over 300 photos, 348 actually, of my ex. The woman I was with right before I met Bailey. The woman who tormented me and made me feel worthless. So 348 photos of his own ex.
Of the ex?
Is your wife about to go like John Wick and fucking murder the shit out of your ex?
Oh, it's...
Is she gonna do some revenge porn on the ex?
The craziest part, it's been 9 years. You know what I mean?
And how did you get these photos?
Oh,
She
man.
took him?
We got a lot to get to. There's a lot in this one. The album said it was started back right around the time Bailey and I started dating. And was updated as recently as 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
Don't tell me Bailey was the ex.
Oh, that would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
With facial reconstruction.
Holy shit. The photos range from candid shots with family to pictures at her work functions. There were even pictures of her yearbook.
Yo.
I don't know how Bailey could have found her high school yearbook photos. Photos from vacations, ID photos from work, pictures of her in crowds, screenshots of videos, and screen recordings of videos. Just her.
Crowds? Is she blending in Assassin's Creed style, getting pictures of the fucking ex?
I don't know, dude. The other people in the photos would be scribbled out, or the photos would be cropped and zoomed in just on my ex.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bailey's crazy, bro. Holy shit.
There were other disturbing things I found there too. There was another album with just zoomed out pictures of my ex's hair. And come to think of it, Bailey has recently started wearing her hair different, and my ex had a very identifiable hair type. There was another album with screenshots of comments on social media. Of course, I can't find them because I have her blocked. Like Facebook groups she's in and public posts. And my ex is very low-key on social media. I can't imagine the lengths Bailey went to find them. My ex literally lives in another country right now. There were also different links to the exact outfits she was wearing, like very specific blouses and trousers you'd have to really go looking for, a specific water bottle I remember her purchasing, and identical hiking boots and sandals.
Awala, sponsor us.
That would be sick. So basically, my partner of almost a decade has been single white femaling, which I believe is a stalker movie, an old one. My ex-girlfriend has secretly stalked her to the point of buying her exact clothes and changing her hair. And now I'm starting to realize Bailey's new interests over the years were just my ex's. Bailey has turned herself into my ex. Everything feels like a lie. Our love feels like a lie. The things we share feel like a lie. I threw up and had a panic attack. I looked at our daughter and felt betrayed. I haven't confronted her yet. I don't know if I want to. I want to run away with my daughter. I want to print out all of her pictures and leave them on the table and disappear. I just don't know what to do. I want to throw up. So that's the original post. Initial thoughts.
Run.
She'll find you though. So like really though, like not even just a joke. I would be too scared.
I know it's not.
I would be too scared to run actually. Cause I'm like my ex from 9 years ago that lives in a different country. You have recent photos of?
Yeah, up until 2 weeks ago.
I guess she could just be taking all of these from social media. I would hope.
I mean, the work ones would be, I don't know how you did the work ones, like the work ID and stuff like that.
The work ID is wild.
Yearbook
the
is crazy.
Pictures through the crowd is wild.
Yearbook, yeah.
Yearbook pictures are wild.
I don't know.
What the hell? Like, has she been following the husband since?
I wonder if she's
Then-
actually obsessed with the ex and then it's just with the husband because the ex dated the husband and they just want to recreate that life.
Oh, I see. Well,
you know what I mean?
This didn't start until they started dating, right? The album. So
They said it right around the time.
yeah,
So, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
maybe, but I don't know if it would quite make sense.
Yeah. Maybe your ex is just very fashionable and
I ain't giving her no goddamn benefit of the doubt, bro. There's
And-
like a drive of that shit. Look in her eyes, like, hey, I barely know who you are.
I don't think that should be done either.
Come on, man.
that was not a good one.
Whatever.
Yeah. All right. So some relevant comments. Also, I think Sean was joking about the fashion thing. So before anyone comes at him, because
Oh,
He was not joking.
yeah, I was, yeah. You know how I am, guys. I like to try and find what is the logic sometimes?
yeah, sometimes there isn't a logic.
There isn't a lot of logic in most of
Unfortunately.
these, but
Yeah.
I try.
Shami says, holy cow, this is definitely alarming. The best thing
Yep.
to do is address it now to see what'll change if she no longer has someone to replicate.
I would say get the kid out of there first before you,
Yes.
like
Yeah,
maybe at your parents
for sure.
or something like that.
The toxic side of me would slowly start mentioning things like, you remind me of someone, and nonchalantly bite into an apple and walk away. OP responded to that and said, I feel like what's worse is that she has subtly made these changes over time under my nose. So my ex has a specific career, and Bailey didn't express interest in switching careers to the exact same thing until after I had mentioned what my ex did. I didn't notice it at the time, but I remember telling her my ex went to school for this. The hair was much more recent. The outfits and objects were slowly over time. The interests, I'm not sure how much she's stolen personality-wise from my ex and what she actually likes. It's incredibly exhausting and confusing.
I wonder if she's like a spy and she has to
Double
blend
agent.
in with community.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
She's just a crazy
No.
person.
She's probably just insane, actually.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, what is going on? That's a
Ugh.
lot of work.
Insecure. Yeah.
For what? You already got the guy, you got the family.
Yeah, you're winning.
I wonder if like she slowly started integrating things whenever they started dating and she was like, oh, things are going well since I started doing this. I must continue doing. It's crazy.
Like
It's
a
insane.
social experiment.
Yeah,
this whole
I don't know
time?
what the fuck is going on.
At year 10, they're going to be like pointing at cameras to be like, you've been on this show for 10
Oh my
years.
Fucking
Gosh.
Truman Show.
Yeah. Final relevant comment from OP. They said, while I talked about my ex, most of the things I told my wife were negative and painted her in not such a good light.
Yeah.
My wife knows these things and knows they were traumatic. Of course, I've mentioned things like what she does for a living and things she used to do. I think everything else she found through intense cyber stalking, through my ex's friends and family.
Good.
The yearbook photos, I have no idea. So he mentions his ex. There is a comment later on that pisses me off, but we'll get to the update first. All right. So the update, like I said, it was in July. It was actually on July 7th. So fairly recently.
Mm-hmm.
The next day when I had calmed down, I called several social workers and therapists. I was planning to confront her there. Unfortunately, the only place that takes our insurance did not have an opening for another couple weeks. So, despite what a lot of you think, I've known my wife for nearly a decade, and even while I was confused and upset and doubting things, I didn't think she'd be a danger to me. We took the baby to grandma's and asked it to go for a walk.
Thank God.
So, there you go, Sean.
That's a good plan.
call. I did not beat around the bush and straight up told her I found the folder. Her face got very red and she was frozen, but tried to play dumb at first. I was persistent and she started crying and begging me not to leave her. This is what I uncovered. Bailey started looking up my ex out of curiosity. to keep tabs, I guess. But over time, it became more pathological. It's like she got addicted to it, but she also wanted to please me. Okay, so maybe I talked about my ex a lot more than I thought, and Bailey wanted to emulate the good parts. She told me she doesn't really know who she is, and my ex's image was something she latched onto because she had me first. Finding information about her became a game. Finding the clothes and objects became a game by searching things like blue water bottle, green stripes, until she compared the product to the photo and found the exact one. The reason why I couldn't find the post wasn't because I had blocked my ex, but because my ex had made a new Facebook account under a different name. Bailey found her profile by searching up family members. She made a fake social media and added enough mutual friends until she could see my ex's post and until her private Instagram accepted her. She weaseled her way into exercise Facebook groups where the videos were posted and searched her school on a yearbook website to find the yearbook pictures.
There's a yearbook website?
I had never heard of that.
That makes me worried.
Sounds like someone's going to find my yearbook picture.
I mean, they're going to be like, who the fuck is it? Yeah, I ain't going to recognize.
Why does that guy have a mullet?
Skinnier back then.
Over time, she just collected the images and would get excited to find something new, despite the fact that my ex is extremely private on social media. The folder had originally been called Hex the X. In case I discovered it, she was going to make the excuse of saving pictures to put a hex on her. Which is insane as well.
That's the plan. That's the grand plan.
When she made a burner Google account, she deleted the old folder and named the new one XX. Then she got sloppy and comfortable, and that's right around the time I had just happened to open the work tablet. We took a break. It was a while. We made it to couple counseling, and Bailey and I also sought separate therapists. She still has not had an assessment with a psychiatrist. Oh my God, what did I say? The fuck? But it's on the list. She promised to stop and delete the album in front of me. Slowly, certain clothing items began to disappear from the closet. I still do not entirely trust her, and that's for me to work on. I'm afraid she has another secret account somewhere like a backup. The physical mimicking is actually stopping, including the hair change. We're still not okay. I want us to be okay, and it's okay if that takes time. If we end up not being okay, then that's something I have to deal with. What I know is that my wife is incredibly insecure, probably mentally ill, and is misled. I don't want to walk away from that. Although this probably isn't the most exciting update, I appreciate the private messages I just couldn't get back to. I'm not sure how I feel about social media, YouTube and TikTok picking up on my story, though. That's why.
Sorry.
We won't post this one on TikTok. Until next time, if I ever give it another update, I hope it's a good one. And that's the update.
I wasn't too far off being like, what she was doing. She thought it was making him like her more.
Yeah.
Which is kind of generally what I was saying. But it is, the things are stopping. That's all you could ask for. I think it's really admirable that he's staying in, but I'm like, to both of them, I hope they don't feel obligated to stick with each other.
Yes.
Because it sounds like he needs to get a lot of trust, and then she needs to kind of like find herself. And at the end of that, if they find out that they are no longer compatible, because kind of like the last decade has been,
a lie,
more or less a lie, a personality that's not really hers. That's okay to, separate. I just hope they don't feel locked in.
Yeah, that's probably my thing too. Like, I think the foundation of the relationship is just built on a lie and built on something fabricated. Again, to Sean's point, I do admire that he's willing to put in the work for it. But on a personal level, when the trust is gone, the relationship's over. Because, you kind of fear like, hey, there's always going to be that thing in the back of your head. It's just like, okay, what if they're doing it again? Like, am I being social engineered now? Like, there's always that paranoia in your head, right? And I'm a firm believer of something that's like, hey, if you have like issues, work on it. And sometimes you got to work on them yourselves. And if she really does have some like insecurity issues, putting that much pressure on someone on that relationship, like, again, that foundation of like the relationship being a lie to begin with, I get it. There's some people who has those type of issues, but personally, I don't think I could I could ever see them the same way, just because if it's near a decade of a lie.
Yeah.
It's too long. It's too long and it's too complicated at this point. It's just like, do I really know you at this point? Like, who are you? Like, are you just like a fabricated version of like what I thought my wife is, or do you actually have some sort of like personality that belongs to you? And are you really the person that I fell in love with? So good on him for having the patience and the empathy for that. I'm an asshole, so I would have folded and be like, no, I'm out.
Yeah, I think it's good that they're trying to figure out, okay, who are we as people? Like, as opposed to like breaking it off immediately, then finding out who they are, and then like getting back together. They're at least like trying to stick. I see both ways. You could also leave, find yourself, and end up back together again. But yeah, I don't know. I think both ways are good. It's just, what a tricky situation. Like John said, it would be so difficult. And that's, like OP said, that's probably like a me thing, but like I would have so much difficulty trusting anything. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
just anything. Like, unless, it's not as exaggerate, like maybe just a few, even like
10 years, bro. 10 years of fucking data collecting is insane.
Even if you're like 30% my ex and 70% you, it still feels like that feels strange.
It does.
It feels strange and calculated
because you were just conditioned to like, oh, I remember liking that. And anytime I get like social engineered for like the worst, not like because Juliet social engineers me sometimes, but for
you eat vegetables,
I do eat vegetables, but it's for a good cause. But for her, like I don't see her personality. Like, where is this? Who is Bailey? Who the fuck is she really?
I hope she finds herself. She's doing the work.
I hope so too.
It sounds like she's doing the work. She deleted the account. I have a lot of hope and respect for this couple. Hopefully it doesn't turn out the same, but a lot of kudos. It's stronger than I might be. But I don't know.
Yeah,
me too.
It's just every relationship is different. Like if Nancy tomorrow said everything has been a lie, I'd be like, I don't know if I'd instantly divorce. I'd be like, well, some of it gotta be true, right? Some of it. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm. It is tough because I can't even imagine.
Like when I'm outside of the situation, it's easy for us to for me to be like, yeah, break up all the time, break up. And then when something happens to me, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe we can work it through. So I don't know. I'm kind of a bitch.
Well, it is hard with 10 years of being together and then finding out that it's like, that is a tough thing. And I think it's a good thing that they've taken a break and gone to separate therapists as well as a couples therapist and trying to work through that, like figuring things out if there is anything to save. I think that's probably the admirable way to go about it. This is with the caveat of she's not a dangerous person, which is always a potential,
especially with a child involved, is so tricky.
Yeah. So that is with that caveat. Not every situation will be the same, and there will be I don't know if she was like violent or something like that, we would not be saying this. We would be like, absolutely, get the fuck out of there, get your child out of there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're taking the right steps, and then whatever he feels comfortable doing going forward, that's up to him. And how he's worked through it with couple therapy and his partner. So there was a couple things that were said that got to me, and this comment kind of will open me up to a broader rant. So I apologize. But Cento Par says, one sentence that really stood out for me, quote, okay, maybe I talked about my ex a lot more than I thought, end quote. I'd lay money on dude having mentionitis, little comments here and there about the ex consistently, which ended up leaving his wife feeling deeply, deeply insecure. I've been there, never went through her lengths, but it's not unimaginable. These things are never one-sided. To which I will say to that, as someone who has been through, and I don't talk about this often on the podcast, but I've talked to you guys about it, like stalker situation, someone close to me. It feels like you're justifying the stalking, which is not okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, victim blaming seems strange in this situation.
Because here's the thing. He could have been a piece of shit and been mentioning his ex a lot and making her feel insecure. But what she should have done in that situation is said, "Hey, shut the fuck up or go to therapy," or left him. Like it doesn't justify the stalking because that's where it gets dangerous and scary. And someone who is not involved in the relationship is now being unknowingly pulled in and stalked, and that is not okay. That's dangerous, and that can lead to very dangerous situations. So I'm not saying he's innocent at all in this scenario. He could have definitely, it sounded like he had a lot of trauma coming from that relationship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What I don't understand is, why is she borrowing aspects of their relationship? I know she said borrowing good aspects of it when in the post, and again, this is a one-sided conversation.
For sure.
He said majority of the conversations he's had with his ex is about saying like, hey, how traumatic that relationship is.
Yeah.
So I still don't understand like why she's taking bits of that where it's associating that, bad relationship, even though it's like the good parts of it.
Right. And I think like she probably is just hearing him mention her name and probably in her mind, like converting that as, oh, he's thinking about her, which he probably was, not in a positive light. You know what I mean? But she doesn't maybe know that or didn't get that across. But what should have happened is she should have been like, hey, go to therapy to figure out your shit, because it sounds like you've still got trauma from your past relationship. He should have probably realized that as well and done that. And she should have been like, I have deep insecurities and I should go get that checked out as well. None of this should have resulted in stalking, because that shit's traumatic as someone who's been through it. And I know some people like say stalking, but this was like, wake up at 2 a.m., someone at your door in the middle of the night. It's fucking scary. It's fucking scary. And it's not okay to justify that side. That's not to say he's innocent or anything like that, but that's just to say, don't fucking justify the stalking part. That's crazy to me. Anyway, sorry, that was my rant. That just pissed me off when I saw that comment. Brother. But yeah, so that is the end of that very long story. But we will cap it off with a final one here, and then we've got the Amazing Underbakke segment. So this one, you guys will have fun dunking on this one, I think.
Let's do it.
Oh, love a dunk.
This one's posted by R Throwaway Refused 7291, and this one is titled "My 36 male wife, 35 female, embarrassed me in front of my good friend, 32 male. How do I move forward?"
What did you do?
Stop being a bitch.
What did you say?
She embarrassed me, John. What do you mean? All right. So for context, I'm A, wife is B, and my friend is C. I'll admit I'm not a shining example of a human being. Sometimes I'm a bigot and ignorant, and I accept that. That's who I am.
Take this L. You deserve to be embarrassed.
That's such an insane sentence to be like, yeah, I'm a bigot and ignorant. That's who I am. It's like, change yourself. Become a better person.
But no, I got embarrassed in front of my friends. My wife said something mean to me.
This is like the fucking, again, sorry, John, the Tim Robinson sketch where he's like, I used to be a real piece of shit. But being actively like, I am a real piece of shit. Not even past tense, just current. You are a piece of shit. It's crazy.
We used to do sloppy steaks.
Slick back hair. You think this is slick back?
This is pushback. All right. So a year ago, I said a racist term while I was driving, and my toddler picked it up and repeats the word every so often.
Oof.
I do regret that to this day, and we actively teach my toddler not to say it. It's insane that you felt emboldened to say it in the first place. That's crazy. I'm good friends with C. He's been a good friend for 6 years, and he's a pretty upright person, sensitive on equality issues, social justice warrior, etc. C does not know that I'm a closeted bigot, and I prefer it that way.
Oh my God, brother. Just don't be an ass.
Oh my God.
Just don't be a fucking asshole. I don't fucking know.
Just maybe model yourself after C. That's what you should do.
Jeebus.
Maybe if you don't want people knowing that you're a fucking closeted bigot, just don't be a bigot, right?
Just don't be that way.
Just be somebody that you would be proud to be in front of everybody.
Especially your kid who mimics your shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
I have a certain image of how I like to portray myself to other people, depending how comfortable I am with them. Jesus.
So when he wears the white hood, then he's okay to, do a little
fine.
bigoted stuff. Gotcha.
When he's anonymous online, he'll say whatever he wants. Yeah. All three of us were chatting one day, and B blurted out that I've been teaching my toddler racist terms, and C was caught off guard by that comment, followed by silence. And I told B to stop talking. C now realizes that I'm a bigot, and I'm not sure how our friendship will be going forward.
Good.
I'm embarrassed and angry because I was humiliated in front of C. I would never do this to B with her friends and tell them embarrassing secrets. Yet she doesn't
because
feel...
your wife is possibly not a bigot.
Which is why I don't wonder why she's with you.
You should be embarrassed that you're a bigot.
Yeah, it sounds like he is.
I mean, good.
Then why would you be?
So why do you continue to be a bigot is beyond me.
Bro, if you're going to be a bigot, be upfront about it because someone's probably going to punch you in the face for it.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to lie.
Bitch.
This is like your time, brother. Like if you're going to be a bigot, brother. It's a lot of them out there. There's no reason to be closeted. If you're ashamed of it, then you should be ashamed.
Change your ways.
You should change your ways. Maybe be fucking normal.
Yeah.
Don't be fucking code switching on people, acting like you nice and shit. Next thing you know, you're just bigoted behind the scene. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Be who you are and get punched in the face.
She doesn't feel she did anything wrong. How do I navigate this?
Stop being a bigot, jackass.
Yes.
That's how you navigate it.
Maybe don't teach your kid racist things. Maybe don't be racist.
They won't say racist things.
Hopefully this leads him to divorce B, and then B and the kid are much happier. Maybe with C. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't get, especially now, unfortunately, it's just full on Trump season. That bitch fucking won. He goddamn won. It's sad to say. He goddamn won with that bullet. Anyways.
Don't say anything too. You got to fly to the country soon. Don't say anything.
I fucking hate how Many Men. I hate how the song Many Men is ruined for me.
I'm going to still play that shit.
Same. That shit goes hard.
That shit is too good. But yeah, it's like, especially now when it's full on MAGA right now, it's crazy to... Yeah, I'm pretty much just repeating myself because if you're ashamed of it, don't be it. You know what I mean?
Don't do that.
Especially when it sounds like you know it's wrong because you're actively teaching your kid not to do that. I would say trust your instincts. You're a bad person. You're a real piece of shit.
And you know it.
It's crazy because it's like you can change yourself.
It's not too late.
Active decision. When I was younger, I had stupid views in some areas, and I changed as a person.
I definitely did. I definitely had bad, grew up Catholic faith, taught one way, and then you grow up, you learn new perspectives, you change. It sounds like, that's what you just got to put yourself in other shoes, learn more, get out there, change, brother. It's not too late. It's never too late.
Yeah, it's not like you're one thing that you can't change anymore. Everything's ever evolving. We learn new information every day. You learn new facts every day. Just make a damn change with your life and your viewpoints, my guy. It's not too late to turn it around.
It's actually insane of him to be like, I'm a bigot. There's nothing I can do about it. It's like, no, dude, you can.
This is like that Chappelle skit.
Clayton Bigsby. Clayton has divorced his wife because he says, Jesus Christ. I still think about the fact that you watched that out loud outside. You're fucking wild. Dude.
I'm an idiot. My neighbors probably think I'm racist.
What is this brown man watching?
They probably don't even know what I look like because I never go outside the house.
That dude's definitely white.
Yeah, he's definitely white.
3 lizards commented and quoted, "Sometimes I'm a bigot and ignorant, and I accept that. That's who I am." They say, that's not what you're supposed to do with that information. That's not what you're supposed to do at all. You accept what you cannot change. OP can change this. What the fuck?
Agreed.
And I think that condenses down exactly what we were saying.
Yeah.
Christ. All right. Time to move on to the Alex Underbakke segment. Shout out to Alex for this. This one is a classic. Does this guy fuck?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah.
We read 2 posts and ask, do these guys fuck?
We'll see.
Oftentimes, no.
Oftentimes, no. First post from r/not how girls work.
Oof.
Oh, definitely don't fuck.
Yikes.
This one is captioned "Boy Science found on social media," and it looks like Twitter.
Mm.
Yeah, you know what? It's from @manintheloop, so you can go fucking roast him if you have Twitter still. Yo, young women must know this. The number of eggs, then he puts eggs emojis, drop by 10% for every sexual partner change. Women keep the DNA of every sexual partner, and the semen is used as a gateway for the next semen. When the new semen enters, it kills all the eggs tainted with the old semen. So does this guy fuck?
What?
Oh, bro.
That is insane.
What?
This man does not fuck or have gone to school before.
What?
10% is insane. Oh my
So
goodness.
if you have sex with 10 dudes, the 11th dude, there's no way you can get pregnant.
there's no more eggs left.
That's a fucking life
gone.
hack. I guess.
Clip that.
Yeah, it's crazy because so here's the thing. If sperm touches an egg and everything goes right, that turns into a baby. So it's insane to be like the semen taints a bunch of eggs and those are now contaminated, and when another man's sperm comes in, it kills off those eggs and then goes and contaminates another 10% of your eggs.
It's like some Hunger Games with semen.
What the fuck?
I was going to say, if we take out all the semen and egg shit, this would be like a cool fight scene.
True.
But,
Someone animate that.
yeah, but then it gets sad when you think about this is how a man actually thinks it works.
Yeah. I mean, he's on Twitter. Doesn't shock me.
Yeah.
Facts.
But yeah, that is a crazy math.
Jesus Christ.
Man, you heard it here first, women. After 10 sexual partners,
You good. You're in a
That's it.
clear.
good.
Yeah.
Who needs
Yeah.
birth control or condoms? You're inevitable at that point.
For legal reasons, that is a joke.
That is a joke. And yeah.
But if you paused before I said that and have a baby and then came back to this, you have to name it after one of us.
We're not liable.
Or combine all our names.
Oh,
How would we do that?
John. That would be it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be the combination.
Yeah.
you're damn right.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the second post. Obviously, that guy doesn't fuck. We
Yeah.
agreed on that. I think.
For sure.
This one is also posted on r/not how girls work.
Ouchies.
The caption of this one is, "Tell me you don't know what feminism is." And this looks like it's posted on Facebook. So great start to all of these.
Definitely a guy describing what feminism is. Okay, off to a good start.
So the name was crossed out, unfortunately. But question for feminists. And then it's like a screenshot of a bunch of questions. So, okay, so there are 3 categories of feminists. 1, the individual that is fully on board with what feminism stands for, where it came from, its history, and why it exists. And then in brackets, Satanism, witchcraft, Marxist revolutionists,
What
Hey,
the
yo,
fuck?
what?
Christianity. Marxist revolt against Christianity, men, family structure, natural roles, etc. That is an insane list of things to put together.
What kind of drugs are they taking at this point?
Sometimes I feel gaslit by reading these dumb people. I'm like, am I the dumb one? What's going on?
Everyone lives in this other reality.
Yeah, what's going on? Are this many dumb people?
That was the first category of feminist. The second, An individual that was legitimately victimized by a man or men and therefore flocked to feminism as a way to find a safe space of like-minded individuals and a place to rally. Can be sympathized with as far as a victim goes. 3. A dumb kid indoctrinated into feminism, but has never experienced victimization, but still toes the party line as instructed. So, feminists, which one are you? The true feminist who wants to destroy everything? The wayward victim, or the dumb kid? You don't have a fourth option. Reality and history ensure that.
What upsets me is that they're so sure that the reality and history. Guys, when I say, who even knows if history is right? You know what I mean? Like,
it's written by dudes.
Written by old white men, bro. Like, who even...
But also, the feminist revolution is very well documented and is like, they're good causes. Women wanted to vote. That was the start of it. And then
suffrage,
working, like being able to work.
Yep.
There's a million good reasons for feminism to exist.
Well, I think he just has no idea. And most of these people have no idea what feminism is. They just see, they're bad people.
They hate men.
Yeah.
Like,
and this is coming from a dude who probably never had anything against him in his life. That's a fucking privilege at its biggest point right there.
He looks like me, guarantee it.
You're one of the good ones, Josh.
Definitely not as handsome.
Definitely not as handsome.
He's probably in his basement as well. It's crazy. It's just like to try and mansplain feminism is just an insane thing to do. And
mansplaining anything to begin with is wild.
But especially when it's about
boy, you're not even
women.
in the same conversation. They didn't even invite you to fucking sit in the room and watch.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
This guy is he definitely doesn't fuck.
No.
And that's why he's so angry at women. I should ask him. There's only which type of man are you? An incel? There's no other option for you.
Because history and reality say so.
Exactly. And with that,
drooling, just wipe my drool.
Close out the episode. What did you think? Oh wait, we got to do Venmo. Sean, you got some Venmos to do?
I do have some Venmos to do.
Wait, I just want to tease. I want to edge the Wiki Maniacs real quick. Just if you're not a patron, that should be Josh's and what do you call that? Like an end cap or whatever? Like a signature, a signature line.
A happy ending, if you will.
Episode. If you know what I'm talking about. So
just for patrons.
Just for patrons. Just for patrons. I'm just saying. If you know, you know.
You know. What do you got for us, Sean?
First up, we got Lauren, who writes, sounds like Midscore needs to share her Venmo for all the work that she does on the subreddit. Thank you, Midscore. Clap, clap, clap. Lauren sends $30.
Absolutely.
Rachel writes, bidets? Do you wipe after the spray to dry off? How does that work? Rachel sends 43 cents.
You can, but there are some bidets that has
a little blow dryer for
like
your
a dryer in it. Yeah. I know in Japan, that's a thing.
Next up, we got Brenna, who writes, for Gaza, love you all, but John, the vengeful king, is absolutely my boy. Pound.
He's also the vengeful
sunglasses because he loves vegetables now.
He eats vegetables now.
Love me some veggies.
Brenda says,
what's your favorite, actually?
Oh, yeah.
What's my favorite? Bok choy.
Oh, okay. That's a good one.
Hot pot.
Yeah.
Ooh. Brenda sends $10.40. Next up, we got Samantha, who writes, for Nora, but also as an apology because I didn't ask you if you also believe in Joe Hendry on Discord. Samantha sends $5.
Sorry, Josh, it's a wrestler.
I figured. I just always assume every name. I have no idea. I'm like, that's a wrestler.
Next up, we got Michaela with the usual. Here she writes, shin kick per glizzy. Michaela sends 11 cents.
I will kick the fuck out of some.
Next up, we got Zakia, who writes, thank you for being awesome, boys, and thanks for what you guys are doing. I think that's a clap. Zakia sends $10. Next up, we got Holly, who sends $3. And they write, hearing about John's pooping habits remind me of someone I know who used to poop squatting on top of the toilet seat.
Wait a minute. I don't do all
Gollum
that shit,
style.
bro. Hey, yo, chill. I don't be doing that.
Yes. She was fully naked. Her toilet was also across from a full body mirror. Insane
Wild.
visual.
Full body mirror.
Also,
It's like
I feel like I would break my toilet seat if I.
same.
Did that?
Yeah.
My
have to
knees
have, like,
are
a-
too broken.
Is the seat
for
up?
me to squat like that?
Also, is the fucking splashback not insane?
Insane?
That's
Probably.
crazy. That's crazy.
Just
I
got a
got some
squatty
heavy.
potty.
I got some heavy shit, so I don't know. I can't.
I didn't need that visual.
Next up, we got Samantha, who writes, y'all are awesome and help me pass the time during my commute. Please shout out to my husband. Happy 10 years.
Ooh,
Happy 10 years.
Even
that's
though
10 years,
we broke the Sean rule. Samantha sends $10.69. Illegal.
little fist.
Little fist
Little
bump.
fist.
Next up, we got the Barefoot Conrosa, who writes,
Goat.
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 Congrats to almost 3 years of the greatest podcast, and congratulations to John for breaking free of the 9 to 5.
Hell
Sending,
I'm poorer now, but it's okay.
hey, mental health is wealth, baby.
I miss them fat paychecks though.
Sending all my happiness and best of luck for the hopefully many more years to come. Thank you, Barefoot Conrosa.
Thank you.
very much.
Next up, we got Kristen, who writes, I randomly got 12 cents from a Google settlement. So down with big corporations and up with Nora. And
Yep.
Let's
Sean
go.
for quitting his job. She spells Sean SCHE with an accent AGN. So thank
So
you for that,
close.
Kristen. So close.
Also, Google should have probably paid you more. It's probably something like your whole data breach has been,
Yeah.
and then you just get 12 cents.
Here's
It's
12
bullshit.
cents. Next up, and forgive me if I mispronounce this, Jalexius, who writes, I found y'all on TikTok about a year ago. I started listening from the beginning on Apple Podcasts. Oof. Got to the
rough.
episodes where you were getting a penny a day and thought it was ingenious and hilarious. Jalexius sends 1 cent. Shout out Dr.
If
Esty.
Now, if only the fucking whole subreddit, the send us a penny a day.
A penny a day would be live.
No, the subreddit should send mid-score a penny each.
Exactly.
Oh, hell yeah.
There we go.
Next up, we got Kayla, who writes, it's payday, which means I'm a rich today. So here's my bi-weekly contribution. As always, thanks for making me smile during these dark times. Freedom and peace to Gaza. Kayla sends $10. Thank you, Kayla.
Thank
Kayla.
you.
That's awesome.
Next up, we got Pearl, who writes, more court episodes. Lol, keep up the great work. Pearl sends $1. Thank you. And then next up, and last for today, we have Jessica, who writes, July 17th is my birthday. This came out a little later,
Well,
but happy
we're a little late.
belated.
Happy belated.
Happy belated.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's tomorrow as we're recording this.
Yeah.
but-
Yes.
so close.
Yeah, so a total of $86.03. So we went ahead and rounded that up, sent $87 on the GoFundMe. I should do an add up of all the things we've sent towards the GoFundMe. But thank you guys so much for the past 2 weeks. If we combine that, maybe 3 weeks, we've raised $306.
Nice.
Oh,
306 and 15 cents, and then we rounded that up to 307. So thank you guys so much for donating when you can. Just know that you're doing it to a good cause, and yeah, thank you guys.
Hell yeah. And I just got one PayPal from Leah, who sends $26.06. So thank you, Leah, for that one.
Yo, shout out Leah. Are you guys watching Love Island USA? That shit is maybe the best reality TV show trash that I've ever seen in my life. It's so fucking good.
Damn.
Also,
I guess I'll have to watch it.
one of the boys on there is fucking Odell Beckham Jr.'s baby brother. It's
Really?
oh
it's
shit.
so-
Wild.
and he might be my favorite person on that. Well, there were a couple episodes where I fucking hated his ass. but currently he
fair.
might be my favorite.
Damn.
The show is
Okay.
actually incredible. John, as someone who also loves trash TV, I
need to get on that shit.
I highly recommend it. I'm not going to say which streaming site it's on because they're not paying us. And neither is this show, but it's just that good.
Yeah, now that John has time, he can start a reality TV podcast.
Oh, God.
That'd be great.
Please let me on for Love Island USA.
That is it for this episode, Wikimaniacs. What did you think? Let us know down in the comments on YouTube, Discord, or our subreddits. If you want to hear more, please consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network, or you can subscribe to our YouTube memberships program by hitting the join button on our YouTube channel. Of course, all the links are down in the show notes below. Thank you, Sean and John, for coming on today and giving your takes, and thank you, Wikimaniacs, for another amazing episode. We'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Please
Or
comment
Friday.
how you
You'll
like
see
your
us-
eggs.
You'll see us on Friday because today is Monday. Okay.
Yes,
Also,
thank you, Sean.
comment how you like your eggs. Bye.